Welcome to No Filter Truth, brought to you in part by nobody. Wanted to say hello, first of all. Today is, I guess, another man-made holiday, which I guess will make it paganistic when you say Happy International Women's Day. Not trying to get controversial, but it is what it is. First of all, to those who celebrating it, respect. To those who not, respect. Everybody has freedom of choice. Today, I want to talk about just believe. A lot of times we say we believe, but do we really believe? And do we have faith in ourselves? Do we have faith in a certain situation that's going to come out? Do we have faith in our life? Faith is an action. And a lot of people use this in church, but I'm not even talking about it in the church aspect. That's not what I'm talking about. A lot of times we look at something that most people will not even venture into, okay? Belief. What do you really believe? I'm not talking about religion. I'm not talking about if you believe in a deity, if you believe in a higher power. Some people call it God, some people call it Yahweh, some people call it different things. It's like, okay, what do you believe in yourself? Because truth of the matter is, when you start to really believe in something, whether it's a project, a vision, your life, how to go, or a certain thing, even if you believe in a marriage or a relationship, you start to act differently. Your passion becomes evident. So let's deal with that for a minute. Let's really get into that. What do you believe? Because truthfully, once you start really understanding what you believe, your life takes a different mode. It takes a different level. It takes a different life form. I'm not trying to use the same word, but your life does take on a new shape, a new form. Because then you have a certain structure. Even if you're a free thinker and you say anything goes, you believe it. Okay? Let me break it down to you another way. Your integrity to yourself becomes so much different. You will become so powerful within yourself when you really find out what you believe, that what anybody else says has no relevancy to your life. When you really start walking in what you believe, your integrity takes on shape of your character. Your character actually comes in and makes the difference, because your character is formed based on what you believe. Your integrity is kept by the rules of what you believe, your morals, your character. Your integrity says, that's far enough. I can't do that. It won't allow me to. So let's deal with integrity for a minute, the state of being, because a lot of people use words, but they don't know. And I'm finding that more and more. Use words that sound nice, but they don't know. Okay, so the Webster Dictionary, Marion, says state of being whole and undivided. State of being whole and undivided. That means can't nobody shake you off of it, what you believe. That's when you know it's integrity. You stick by what you believe. There you go. Firm adherence to a code of especially moral or artistic values. Hear me. When you find that out, your character takes shape. And I'm going to say this. People say you can't change your character. Yes, you can. It's by your belief system. It's by what you believe. See, a lot of people don't want to talk about it, but let's really talk, let's really get down to it. Okay? When you deal in real, true integrity within, your character forms and you start to shed emotional baggage and weight off of you. You start to really find your true self. Let me say that again. Okay? When you deal in true integrity within, what you believe in your heart of hearts, what you're passionate for, what you really are willing to lay down and die for, Your character forms and you start to shed emotional baggage and weight off of you. I mean, you really start to find your true self. Lay aside every weight. Sometimes we don't really understand that the weights, whether emotional, mental, and even manifest into the physical realm of your life, are based on your beliefs, your integrity. Okay, let me break it down from simple to complex. Simple. If you believe that what you put into your body, say for instance, you know that all that sugar in your system, from drinking, sodas, Kool-Aid, all those mixed drinks, all that good stuff, and it's sweet, and have candy, and you're having all that junk food, cakes, sweet potato pies and all that good stuff, that we have at Thanksgiving, but we start to have it all year round. Come on, y'all know what it is. We have a lot of people who make desserts. And it's so sweet, the chocolate covered strawberries, and we had the sugar cookies, the snickerdoodles, and the double chocolate, and you had the chocolate macadamia and all that good stuff. Come on now, don't act like we ain't gonna be real with it. We got to be real with it. It's so good. Y'all gotta have that Snickers bar. Inside joke. Three Musketeers. Then some of y'all have Twizzlers. Some of you have Klondike bars. And you have a Pepsi. Some of y'all think y'all are going to do something with the aspartame and say, okay, I have a Diet Pepsi, but it still doesn't work. That's just as bad. But when you have all that in there, come on now. In the midnight hour, you get a sugar cookie. Come on, really? Or you dip into the Chips Ahoy cookie. Yeah, come on, stop playing. Oh, I'm sorry. And some of y'all don't do the cookies, but y'all do donuts, right? Y'all had them little mini donuts to come through. Yeah, come on, stop. Come on, let's be honest. You got the donuts. It's not making the donuts, but you eating the donuts. Really? Come on. So when you have all that and you say, all right, it's in my system, guess what? You're going to retain weight. You're going to retain fluid. Your sugar is going to elevate. But if you know that it's happening and you say, listen, I'm going to put all this down. I'm going to start cutting back more and more. I'm going to drink water instead of drinking the sugary sodas and all the drinks, the sweet drinks, and stop having a sweet tooth. Then you start to see manifest, because you live by it. Your body starts to take a different shape. Your body starts to shed pounds. You start to have more energy. You're not sleepy all the time. You don't feel like you're dragging. Think about it for a minute. That's just on the decent playing level. You eliminate stress and you say, listen, you know what? This situation is too much for me. I don't have to take this. I'm rolling out. Eliminating stress. You don't realize how a lot of times people stress eat just based on that. And it's not just the sweets. You eating spaghetti, lobster, you going out, pastas, you're doing all this. Yams, you get your IHOP, you go to, what was it, IHOP, some people go to Denny's, some people go a whole lot of places. We have a place called Granny's. If you're down south, some people have south of the border, the White House, White Castle, all these things. Jack in the Box. And you eat. But if you learn to manage that stress, this is just a belief. If you manage stress, it has been scientifically proven when you reduce stress, how it does take the weight off of you. All right, I'm not going to get into all that. But your morals and your values will tell you, listen, I have to make a change. And it's not just with food induced. Sometimes you have to be on a job, or sometimes you have to get rid of people. This is beliefs now. If you see a person that's toxic, and truth of the matter is, if you don't let somebody run over you, they will get rid of themselves. You stick to your beliefs and they're not any good for you, I guarantee you they're going to walk away. Why? Because you stick to your beliefs, your integrity to yourself. One thing they can say to you or say about you is, you know what? I don't like him, I don't like her, but they stuck to their beliefs and they wouldn't back down. They're not going to back down. Think about it. And what happens? Now they're at a place where you say, okay, you know what? They're living their life. I can't manipulate them. I can't boss them around. And when they see you in that and you don't care, you're going to have somebody convert over to say, you know what? I didn't like you at first because you always are independent, but I respect you. That's when you know what you believe and you stick to it, because they're going to know you're part of that whole entire thing. Your system is so strong in what you believe that you're not going to let nobody shake you to try to make you into somebody else. That's what you believe. How can you do that? How can you not do that? Your individuality, your uniqueness is what the world is looking for. We don't need clones. They're making clones all the time. We don't need androids that are just robotic and in a human-like form where it looks like. No, we need people who are going to be individuals. Think about that for a minute. Are you that hard up or pressed up that you have to be just like somebody else? I know some people who actually right now, because I'm not a popular person where everybody likes me and I'm cool with that. Oh, I'm really cool with that. I have learned, and it's only been within the last 5 years that I've really learned to be cool with that. I don't have to be in everything. Okay, I'm in the 30 and over club. Actually, I'm in the 35 and over club. And one of the things that I've learned in my 35 and over club, guess what? I'm cool with who I am and who I'm becoming. Because at the end of the day, people can come to you. You should do this. You should do that. You should be this. Don't hang with this person. Hang with that person. But you know, at the end of the day, you have to live with the choices. And if that choice doesn't line up with your values, your cores, and your beliefs, you're not going to sleep at night. Real talk. You're not going to sleep at night. So I'm saying to you, sometimes you got to go against the grain. And there's a lot of people, oh, you cool as a fan. You know, I don't know what other people were saying, but you know what? No, you cool as a fan, but you stick to what you believe. You're consistent. You don't waver. Even when I want to waver. And that's the thing that gets me. Even when I want to waver. No, I can't. Because what I believe is greater than that moment. What I believe is greater than you telling me, hey, we should do this. Nah, I ain't feeling it. There's some people that say, well, you should do this and you should get back at this person for how they done you wrong. Nope, I've gotten to the point, and this is how I believe God will get them back greater than I can. There's people right now suffering. I've done nothing. I've wished them nothing but good. They're literally losing their mind. Literally. I like sleeping at night. Not having to look over my shoulder, look over my back. Huh? Think about it. I love that. I love the fact that I can actually sit and be in peace. No, my whole life may not be where I think it should be, but I can tell you something. I can walk, I can talk, I can listen without a guilt conscience. Have I done things in my past that I, wish I hadn't done? Of course. We all have. And if somebody tells you they haven't, they're lying. But the key is that's what shapes up your beliefs. That's what shapes up your integrity. If you can come to grips with what you did and you cannot live with it and you make a choice that day to say, you know what? I'm not going to do that no more. I'm not going to run that red light in the car. I'm not going to have insurance fraud and I'm not going to try to bamboozle people out of money. And I'm just giving these examples. This is not me, but I'm not going to try to hurt my neighbor or make them feel bad or less than a person, less than a human being, because I know how that felt. Your life and you are the sum total of your beliefs. You are the DNA of the sum total of your beliefs. Remember that. Because no matter what goes on, It's what you believe that's going to keep you. It's what you believe that's going to be shape your integrity, your values, who you are. Some things you see people on Wall Street, you see people in business swindling and bamboozling people out of money, out of assets, and out of actual companies and positions. They can't sleep at night because they know it's coming. I still believe if you do it right, hear me clearly, if you do it right, it may not come instantly, because instant gratification doesn't last all the way. But if you stick to your beliefs, you build a solid foundation, you can rise to the top. You can build something that's going to stay. A building that becomes a skyscraper takes sometimes months and years to build a foundation underneath ground. You look at any schematics, any architectural drawings, any blueprints, any engineering plans of a tall skyscraper. Think about it for a minute. You look up, wow. You say it's beautiful. It stands up. It stands up in tornadoes. It stands up in hurricanes, snow. It stands up in all types of what they call climactic acts of God, the weather patterns. And what do? What do? They stand where everybody else fails and all the stuff is blown away. Why? Because that foundation, that's your belief. That's where your integrity lies. That's where your character is. Because your character is going to stand the test of time by your beliefs and your integrity. You know, I'm going to let this ride for a minute. So, you know, I'm going to let this music ride, but I'll be back in a minute.
I still believe in marriages made in heaven, and that love will conquer all. I've been hurt, but not deceived. Regardless to what has happened, I still believe. Still believe. Still believe in predestination and eternal purpose. All things work together for my good. Opposition comes against me, yet I proceed. Cause no matter what I'm facing, I still believe. Still believe. Remember, faith the size of a mustard seed has the potential of endless possibilities. And if you just keep the faith, the promise of a better day is guaranteed. Been through enough to make me cynical, cold-hearted need and justice is greedy, but I have chosen to believe in a happy day for me, filled with miracles. Saying, it's just a happy day. Sun is shining. I still believe in waterfalls and sunsets, and that dreams really do come true. Hope springs eternal in those who succeed. That's why no matter what happens, I still believe. I still believe. Yeah, still believe. Still believe. I believe in the good of all mankind. I believe behind the clouds the sun still shines.
Hey, what's going on? We're back. Listen, so we talked about integrity, which is shaped by your beliefs. And then we talk about your character, which is actually guided. It's like a guardrail. It's a railing for your beliefs. It's like almost like it's a guardrail like on train tracks to keep you on focus for who you are and where you're going in life. But now I want you to ask yourself the question, who are you? And what do you believe? And the reason why I'm saying who are you and what you believe is because when you learn that, hear me clearly, when you learn that, who you are and what you believe, it will change your whole outlook on your life. I said that earlier, but I want to get back to that. Your whole outlook on life will be different. Some places you won't even want to go. Some people off the bat you don't want to deal with. And then there's some people you say, look, I want to deal with you to the point that, hey, you know what? I want you to be a fixture without saying all that. I want you to be a fixture in my life by your actions. Because no matter what, we can talk a good game and say, yeah, I believe this, but your actions tell the tale. You know? This is where we need to be. I had to recently withdraw from a couple of things. And we get to a point where we can manipulate things in our life if we so choose. But I had to get to a point where I said, I'm bigger than that. I had a friend who was like family. And there was this woman that I'm digging, hey, this is an example. I'm digging. And he told me, no, don't mess with her. I said, wait a minute, don't mess with her. What do you mean? Well, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. Why are you telling me all this? Oh, you going to do what you want to do. But no, don't do it. And I'm saying to myself, I'm a pretty good judge of character. I believe in giving people second chance. When you come to me, and as long as your past is your past, I'm willing to give you another shot. Come on, really? Everybody deserves another chance because everybody has a past. All saints have a past. All sinners have a future. Everybody should have a chance at redemption. Oh, don't go ahead and do this. And I said, And at first, I was like, all right, I ain't gonna mess with it or whatever. But then something in me said, but no, I'm a good judge of character. I know, and I've talked to, and I found out for myself, no, you know what? I'm gonna start talking to her. I'm gonna go ahead and back talk to her. And even to a point where you say, you know what? What I believe is what I believe. People will try to sway or dissuade you to get to a certain thing. But I want you to know, what it is that you believe, that's what's going to keep you. A lot of people, and it was interesting that I was in a forum, and one of the questions I was asked in the forum was, do you men tell your boy or your brother or whoever that you got a good woman and you should stay with her? And I said, yes. And I do it all the time. This is not a brag on me. It's just that I don't have anybody else here, so I have to talk about me. And I said, yes. And the question was later asked, well, do you tell the person if they're not good for them? And a lot of people were saying, I probably would, but maybe not. And I looked at it and I was convicted because I would say the same thing. No, this person may not be good for you. Watch yourself. You do what you got to do. And I say that all the time. But the accountability to self and other people is non-existent. And when I went to go on and also say, you know what? And truthfully, I want to say this to y'all. If you cannot endure truth within yourself, not just with someone else, you need to check yourself. If you can't realize the truth within yourself, check yourself. Because a lot of times it starts with us. Because if we can endure and we can handle the truth within ourselves, somebody else telling us the truth ain't gonna hurt us. That's if you believe in the truth like that. See, when we talk about no filter, that's what it is. Because truth of the matter is, no pun intended, truth of the matter is, when you can realize some things about yourself and say, I'm better than that, it doesn't matter what other people say. And I'm going to tell you something. People can mean well, but the masses can, and a lot of times are wrong. There's some people right now, there's some women right now, and it's not a brag. They've come to me in private and said, you're nowhere near what somebody else said about you. And I said, well, what in my nature, what did they say? But just know that I've been watching you from a distance and your character is totally different from what they try to paint you out to be. Because my belief, my integrity, and my character all work and sync hand in hand. You got to know what's good for you. For real. You got to know what's good for you. You got to know how to govern yourself. What do you believe? Do you believe in treating people with respect as you want to treat yourself? Do you believe? Huh? Do you believe in it? Or do you believe just anything goes and whoever you're with, you're like a chameleon? Do you stand up for what's right according to your beliefs? Or do you just go by the wayside? You got to ask yourself this question. And you have to answer yourself honestly. Because if you can't stand up as a grown man or woman and say, I'm standing up for what I believe, nah, you have some serious soul searching. And that's real. You have some serious soul searching. You cannot go through life like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm just going by the seat of my pants. You have to have some type of structure. Real talk, real structure. And I don't mean just, hey, I'm going to do what I want to do. No, you have to say, well, this is what I believe. Good, bad, or indifferent, but I got to be true to me. What do I really believe? And stop being so scared scared of the answers, or stop being so scared of what you might actually find out. That's really what it is. Ask yourself, what do I really believe? And you gotta start acting on it. There was a woman who's actually, I think she still is married, and didn't know, hey, okay. And she told me, hey, I'm married, and she told me the parameters about their separation and stuff. And and at first I was like, okay, yeah, we can be friends. But then the friendship became something else and something else. And I said, wait a minute. And I told her, I said, I can't do you. You're married. No matter how the situation is going down and what you told me, it could all be true. But the fact that you're married, nah, I can't get down with that. Yeah, it hurt her. And truth of the matter is, I don't like hurting people, but I'd rather hurt you with the truth, according to my beliefs, than to live a lie and I can't sleep at night. And then karma comes back to me. Nah, I'm good with that. Because no matter what, if it doesn't come to other people in the way, or I don't see karma come back to some people, no one ever gets away. And if no one ever gets away, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I don't have to worry about karma coming back to get me, to hit me, to hurt me, to do what I need to. I'm trying to do stuff to build legacy. I'm not trying to do stuff to just, hey, I'm just walking and I'm like a ship without a sail, meaning I'm just wandering in the ocean, wherever the wind blows. No. I have purpose. I have destiny. It's part of what I believe. And I can't treat my fellow man or woman any less than I would treat myself. Come on, get off of that. I'm talking about what we believe. This is what we believe, right? We got to get back to what we believe. And truth of the matter is we need to check our belief system. Because if we're just selfish and worry about me and that and you will see, or me and let the rest be, then guess what? In the meantime, when it comes to that, guess what? Me ain't going to help. It can't help me when I'm in trouble in some areas. There's going to be a time when you're going to need somebody else. So all I'm saying to you is that this is what it is. Today, real talk. You need to go ahead and keep it real with yourself. Ask yourself, what do you believe? Once you believe and you say, I believe this, I believe I don't do this, and you, for example, say, I believe that I need to get up at 6 a.m. Everybody else get up 7 and 8. Some people get up at 4 or 5. But I believe for me, the best time is to get up at 6. Then you start preparing yourself to get up and be up at 6. And you say that's it, and that's what you abide by. You live by those rules. Sometimes you need to say, look, you know what? I believe that I need to drink 2 glasses of water before I go to bed, and 2 glasses when I wake up. All right, do your thing. Then you start preparing. And you start putting things into action. That's when you know you believe and you live by it. It's not just a quote unquote a temporary change or a fad. Because a lot of people, you don't even really understand it, that right now, people are doing a lot of things because they think it's popular, but they really don't want to do it. They really don't. They're just going by the trends. They're not a trendsetter. They're a seasonal follower. Think about that for a minute. So ask yourself, what do you believe? And you be honest with your answers. Be honest with your answers. Be honest with yourself. Because that's when your integrity lies within. Listen, I'm Big Luke and I'm out of here. Listen, I love y'all. This is No Filter. We're going to get into some other topics, but I want to get these topics out of the way because I believe that it's going to help somebody. We're going to have some people in on the show. And we're going to start interviewing people, but I need to get these by myself first. Too much has gone on, and we need to get back to simple things. We get into what I call the trivial thing. And we like to make people laugh, and that's great. I love to hear a joke, and I love to make people laugh at times too, but we have to get back to the real serious issues that's going to build us up, build the community up. So, at this time, this is Big Luke. You've just been briefed. That's my time. Until next time.